don't see this many people in here most of the time. It's like Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Kevin. Can you comment on Jordan Bell's play tonight? How do you think he's been doing in the starting lineup, and what did he bring to you guys tonight?
Well, he always brings energy. He's learning every time he gets a chance to play. He's smart in the pick and roll. We want him to be more aggressive, though. There's a few times tonight in the pick and roll, they trap, we throw it to him in the pocket, and he kind of hesitated a bit. So we want him to be aggressive, going to the rim and making plays, but he's learning, and he's making adjustments like each possession, and that's pretty rare for a rookie, you know. So he may make a mistake one possession, and then he might do something spectacular the next. So you can just see that he thinks the game, he's learning, and it's only going to make us better.
Kevin, Coach Kerr just told us that you asked to guard LeBron, that you like guarding. Why? Why is that? What do you like about that challenge?
I just like guarding my position. Small forwards supposed to guard small forwards. If anybody else would have guarded him, I mean, it would have been, couldn't put pad on him. He's just a little too small. Andre doesn't start, so I guess I was the last guy to just throw on. But I just like guarding my position.
Kevin, how much do the blocks fuel you guys when you can do that and go down and dunk on the other end? And Steve also said you shine in the big games. What is it that rises you to the occasion and allows you to do that?
Well, it's Christmas, and so many people here are just happy, and it's just so much joy in the arena today because it's Christmas, and we all feed off of that. And the spirit just moves us around this time, and both teams came out and played extremely hard. Hard for a game, well-coached game by both sides, and it was just fun to be a part of. You don't want to think about, when you think back on the game afterwards, you don't want to say, well, I wasn't involved in this possession, I wasn't mentally or all the way in on this possession. You just want to just inject yourself into the game and, just play. And I think that's how we all felt coming into the locker room after the game. We just left it all out there.
Hey Kevin, with what you were saying earlier this week about guarding guys like LeBron, like it's not much about stopping as opposed to like making things more difficult and thinking, where do you think that approach went into play with what you're able to do down the stretch against them?
Well, you got to know, I mean, like I said, you can't just stop those guys. They're going to make good plays. They're going to make shots over you, get to the rim. It's just it's a full game you got to put together. So you can't get discouraged, and I just try to play hard every second I'm out there, contest shots, and they do a good job of, in a pick and roll, finding a mismatch, exploiting it, kicking out for shooters. That's why they're really good, and I just try to help my teammates out as much as possible and keep the ball in front no matter who I was guarding.
Hey Kevin, is there any difference between you and LeBron from your matchup with the last finals from today?
I think we're just in two different places in our games. I'm still learning. I'm still kind of growing, figuring things out. I feel like he is who he is at this point. He experienced so much more than I have. So he looking at it. He looking at it from a different vantage point, and that's the beauty of basketball, though, man. You get guys who got different paths and different journeys, and they meet up on the court, and it's just magical. It's fun. It's what the fans want. That's what, as competitors, that's what we both want. It's just to go at each other, but also know we're playing a team game. So that's why he's great. He can, take over a game himself and take over from passing and doing other things, and that's how I approach it as well.
Kevin, you guys held him to 25% inside the arc. That's pretty crazy. Obviously, you had 5 blocks. That's a big part of that. But how much of that was emphasized just to make sure that those guys aren't getting easy buckets? Because they had a lot of offensive rebounds, they had opportunities, but you guys were in there stoning them.
Yeah, 19 offensive rebounds. I mean, we gave him so many extra shots. They took 6 more shots than us. So let's say we gave up 8 offensive rebounds. This game would be a wider margin. So they capitalize off of that. That's why they're so great. They can shoot the deep ball, get the rebound, kick back out for a 3. I've seen that multiple times today. So, we just try to contest the tough twos or force them to tough twos and stay home when they're playing one-on-one. And Kyle Korver, J.R. Smith, Jay Crowder, just try to get a contest, not leave them wide open. I mean, it's easier said than done. It sounds really, really easy, but I think we just try to keep the ball in front and not help too much.
Love had a really big night starting at center. How different are they in this, with some of their new bench pieces and the fact they're starting smaller and Thompson's coming off the bench?
I mean, I still feel as though they're figuring out their team. They got so many new guys. They probably had so many different lineup changes. I think both teams are figuring, in a different part of the season, trying to figure stuff out. But Kevin Love, I mean, you know what he can do. He had 31 and 18 tonight, and he missed some good looks as well, Phil. But he got some good shots, and he's turned into like one of those guys you can't even give can't give space to. You can't even let him catch the three-point line. So he works on his game, and it's hard for centers to guard that around the perimeter. We told Jordan, don't worry, it's a different game. You guard a knockdown shooter. I know you want to block shots, but stay home. So I think when teams playing against that, it just changes your whole scheme of your defense, and that's probably why they put him there.
Kevin, when describing the difference between you and LeBron, you said that you're always like learning, you're still in that process, and he's sort of who he is at this point. Do you think you're always going to be the type who's still learning, or do you think you'll ever get
Yeah. I know exactly how I play, but I feel like I could get better at the small stuff. I was always just taught to be curious and keep growing and never be satisfied where I am individually as with my game. So I continue to say that, but I'm getting close to where I want to be, but I'm not quite there.
Last one for Phil. The key defensive play you made on LeBron with out of bounds to the Warriors late in the game. There was a lot of debate on Twitter about whether that was a foul.
On Twitter?
Yeah. Have you heard of it? But did it feel clean? Did you get a replay of it, like in your mind?
It felt clean. It's probably the same play a bunch of those dudes on Twitter are probably arguing about in 24-hour fitness that wasn't a foul. So they've been in that position before, but just not on Christmas at the Oracle Arena. So they know if they ain't call it, it's not a foul. But I'm sure if they get that call next week in 24-hour fitness, they're gonna be pissed that it was off, that they called a foul. So keep that shit on Twitter.
All right, we'll have Draymond playing.